58 yesterday. Missed the putt on 18. What else?
You guys are.
My son shot 77 the other day, and he backed it up with an 87.
4 or 5 days in, just how's almost the first week of camp gone for you guys?
Not bad, because day 6, we got some guys that, like Brandon Knight's got a slight foot, Robert McCray yesterday fell on his shoulder, and some of those guys are playing positions where they're growing into, because they're kind of athletic big guys, but they're growing into some of those positions where there's more banging, and there's a point in time where they need some of this work so their bodies get used to the contact, and contact volume's a part of it. You got to protect them, but you also got to build a base. So by October, November, you're not chipped up and your body's breaking down and all that stuff. So some of those guys, you got guys like Covington's an old quarterback and Zeke Walker's an old quarterback. So some of those guys, Austin Doris, an old quarterback. So some of those guys, you're getting them not necessarily bigger and stronger, but you're getting their bodies ready to hold up to it's a different level of straining and all that stuff. So I'd like to see that improve, and it's nothing against them. It's a learning curve. We've had some back and forth. There's a lot of good energy. I mean, that's basically 6 practices, in less than 6 days, and 4 days in a row of hitting, 2 days in a row of full pass. That's our first live tackling, and we can tackle better and block better. But it's been good. I'm encouraged.
Still early, but any freshman newcomers standing out for you?
Well, Coy Crunk's doing well in the offensive line, and he'll be he's playing shoot with the ones today, but he'll be like, if he doesn't play a lot and not that he's ready to start, but if he is, it might be by default. But he's awfully athletic, very strong. Ian Thomas, just out Coach Patton yelling over there. Ian Thomas, having gotten here, is 258 pounds. There's 3 of those guys over here 260 at tight end. That's a good-looking group of big guys, and that's a group I've talked about needs to come through. Danny Friend's about 269, 70. So it's a big group, but Ian's been impressive. Taser Mack shows some flashes. Where we actually, Tyler Natee's been impressive, as a big back. I mean, very, very impressive. Cole Guest, impressive. Clyde Newton moving over, has done well, impressed. Defensively, Marcelino Ball, very, very, very solid. Most of the defense is back, so it's a little bit some of those offensive guys that we need.
I didn't see Ryan Smith on that latest camp roster.
Ryan's got he had a Lisfranc injury last winter. And with that, he's not going to be cleared to November. So instead of bringing him here and basically it's an automatic redshirt year, we're holding him till January. And he'll actually start, but then he counts in next class, which technically gives us one more walk-on scholarship now. He actually goes as one of our numbers next year, but then his clock, he's got 5 years starting in January. So if he were to have an injury or a setback, or if we wanted to redshirt him because he wasn't ready, so he's going to take this semester here, but he's taking a light load and he's personally paying for school, which holds off his clock. He was actually here in summer, but he has to do it on his own. But by doing so, we're getting him like a bonus year. So it's kind of like, it's not a redshirt year, but we're just holding back. And because he wouldn't be cleared in November, he was going to be automatically redshirted. So, he's redshirting the rehab. We're just saying rehab on your own, and we'll start your clock, and gives us more options at the end for him. He's looking good. He's 295. He was around. So he can't practice. He can't be at meetings. He can't be here. He's physically going to be with us in here, but he's not really on the team right now, and that just gives him more options and us more options.
Gotcha. You got a bunch of kids coming off redshirt, just whether they be redshirt freshmen or whatever, injuries last year. What do you kind of tell them early on just to get back in the swing of playing again?
So you're talking about the guys that were redshirted?
Yeah, the guys that
well, again, they had all the spring ball, and we always do some extra work. So you got guys like Stepniak in the Lions playing quite a bit as a redshirt guy. Defensively, who's in the defense? Brandon Wilson is doing really, really well. Damian Willis had been redshirt, not play. He's kind of in that mix. Raekwon Jones has been doing well, but he tweaked the ham, so he's not over practicing. Kind of blank on some guys. Give me some names here.
Like Austin Doris.
Doris in the tight end mix. I mean, all those guys, and no one looks bad. I mean, they haven't played in games yet, but they've all gotten bigger, stronger. Matter of fact, I had a former player say the other day that's in the pro camp. He says, "Well, I'm going to take this rookie year not like a redshirt year." And I said, "Well, you shouldn't take a redshirt year like a redshirt year. You're either getting better or you're not." And so I think a lot of those guys got better. We've got more depth than we've ever had, more big bodies than we've ever had, and so it's encouraging.
I saw an article saying that you wish that you could, that you were investing in players, and kind of suggested that maybe you wish that.
Well, we already are. right? I mean, they're getting cost of attendance. My deal is that why is it different from different schools? And there's some schools in rural environments that get a lot of money, and some schools, I mean, who comes up with that figure? So,
What would that system look like if it was up to you?
it's just a flat set rate. It used to be years ago. I think they got $20 back in the '60s for, for laundry and things like that. So it's just a, here's, your it's a full scholarship. Everybody gets a full scholarship, no more. My thing is I just don't understand if it's full scholarship how cost of attendance is anymore. In fact, you actually can go into some of the cities where the gas prices are higher and their cost of attendance might be less than some of the schools and other places. So I don't know how that, it just doesn't make sense. And to me, you can be at a recruiting disadvantage. Well, our school is giving you $2,700. The next school, I said our school, let's just say a school is giving $2,700, another school is giving $3,300, another school is giving $3,700, another school is giving $4,300, and it's just set by what the cost of attendance is. So, I think as coaches, we just like X number of days recruiting, X number of scholarships. We kind of like it, kind of even. And I just think it'd be, if we're going to pay them, it makes sense to be even.
Even among students or even among schools?
Among the schools. And I think the students same thing. Again, every time you do something, you got to give it to all sports, and it's a cost issue. So.
How's the battle at quarterback going?
Like, I'm not for paying players, they're just paying them now. I just like to have it consistent.
The quarterback battle, has there been any change over the last couple days?
They're doing okay. I mean, I think Richard's settling in well. It's good to see. I mean, still, kind of waiting to see how he and the team. I think Austin King's actually, and Austin, for a young guy, has a lot of talent, but was very inconsistent and just coming to work. He's actually been good, but he had a period of time of not being good. I want to see if I keep seeing that. I've been encouraged by him. Danny and Xander have done well. So, I'm just, I just made a comment to Coach Johns today, though, that in our practice format, we need to make sure that when we're scripting plays, we kind of know who the quarterback's going to be, because some of these quarterbacks need to work on different things, and some of these quarterbacks you would emphasize different things. And a lot of times in practice, you're calling plays, and all of a sudden you're rotating players, and once in a while we might be putting Richard in a position where if I'd have known he was going to be in, I'd rather call this player work on this. If I knew it was going to be Danny Cameron, I'd rather call this player work on this. So I think we can do a better job coaching as far as just the type of practice that we're doing for them. But they're doing well. Again, I'd like to kind of wait and see who the team kind of rallies with, who takes care of the ball, and we just need to get 6 practices in. So it's of course, if they don't do well, we're going to put that big lineup there and just hand it off a bunch. We got a bunch of good backs.
You feel like you get a better sense of all that kind of stuff tomorrow with the scrimmage?
I don't know. I mean, tomorrow would just be it'll almost be like today, except at the end of practice, we'll just kind of tackle the whole time. So it'll be like a practice, and then the last set of it's just, okay, we're going to play ball. And and we will only do third downs and scoring if it happens. Where today we did, it would be like we started, they moving around, we'll just keep going that for about 40 minutes, is all it is. We'll do that the following Tuesday. We got a big scrimmage this Saturday and next Saturday.
Defensively, what have you liked? What haven't you liked?
Our D-line's really playing hard. We're just a little thin with some numbers where we can wear out. The way we practice with fatigue and all that. We can tackle better in the perimeter and be in better position. But what I really like, Coach Allen, having been a part of a no-huddle offense going against Coach Freeze, he doesn't stress or panic on that. Hey, here's what we do, here's how we do it, let's just do it. Where some other times you see some guys get rattled, he's like, hey, no, here's what you do, and I want you to do this and do this now. Get lined up. So I've been very encouraged. Coach Hagan's got his guys up front playing well. We've got more depth. I'd like to be a little deeper in the D-line, but I thought they had a really good day today.
Defensively, a position with a lot of competition is the Husky. Who have you seen stand out in that regard?
Zeke Walker does well. It's a big body in the spring. The freshman Marcelino Ball is going to be really, really good. Jamie Thompson has a turf toe that's been out and been in a boot, so he's been a little limited. Who else we got up there? Ben Bott can play there, although we're playing Ben at boundary corner some. That's 205 pounds at boundary corner. 220-some pounds at outside Husky. If you got receiver right now, we got 4 receivers over 215 pounds. We got a bunch of big people. And to shoot that one back weighs 282. And that's a load out there. So Clyde Newton's 235, looking good at back. So we're bigger, stronger. And the best thing about Husky and DBs, we're a little bit bigger. Fance, bigger, stronger. We just got some bigger guys, which is encouraging.
Tom Feeney playing in a little tackle, is that just kind of to keep it fresh? Is it something you're talking
again, with Brandon Knight having a foot sprain or strain in his arch, he's been out. So Dimitri can go over there, and we can play Dan at tackle, or Dimitri can stay at right, and we go with Coy as the freshman. So right now, if we were playing today, and that's the way it was, we'd probably do a little bit of that. It's just to take some stress off of Coy, and you know, our next best backup player are some of those guards. So it's just to get your best five out there. And Dan's long enough and got enough balance. He's been very good.
You talked about him a little bit, but I mean, is Coy a guy you can envision if the opportunity's there playing as a freshman?
Oh yeah, no doubt. He's good.
Any other injury updates? I saw Cammy on, in pads.
He's
out
he's
there.
running around, and again he's straight line. He's good. You know, when you got to make a guy miss whatever. So we've had again we got some nick-ups, nothing major, which is good, and we've practiced hard. We got a fair amount of hitting. Some of those nick-ups need to toughen up in time, and I know we'll get our trainers. We do have a new trainer. We brought in a guy, Kyle Blackman, that was with the Redskins. He was a Franklin alum from Indiana. I think he's a North region guy from Lowell. And but anyway, so we have a new trainer, and we'll be interested. Since he's been here, he's been batting 1,000, keeping guys healthy. So new team rule: don't get hurt. Everybody good? Any issues? Awesome.